Real Recognize Me TV. My name is Eric. I'm the owner and operator of Philly Chronicles graphic tees.
Okay, so give us a little more history on your franchise. You starting your business and stuff like that.
Okay, I print tees. You know what I mean? I print tees. I learned from one of the best, Tommy Bellman. He'd been in the business for about 30 years. So everything that I know, I learned from him, and I just took it and ran away with it. Right now, I have about 30 to 40 consistent customers. You know what I mean? And that really keeps me busy. And the business is a very profitable business. And I would like to see more of us get into the business rather than going to other people to get out and start printing. Because we have all the ideas and we think we lack resources, but we have more than what we realize.
Right.
It's a very good business to get into for those who really want to know more about it.
Okay. So how long have you been doing this?
I started doing the shirts in 08. I started off about 10, maybe a little bit longer years, printing business cards and flyers and anything had to do with paper printing. And Tommy introduced me to the shirts, and I just ran away with the shirts and just abandoned everything else because this is where all the profit is at, and it's very low.
Right. So what is some of the slogans, something that just always stuck out to you, something that can like just dictate to the streets and stuff like that, that just sit in your mind? Where's one?
It's quite a few of them. I got guys that come in and do multicolor printing, and the multicolor is the ones that really sell the most. I have an idea what's going to sell real good, and then I'll know exactly what's going to sell real good by how many times the customer come back. They'll come back to get more shirts printed, and they're the ones that I know it's really doing good in the sales of their shirts. No, not my clothing line. I'm just a printer.
Okay.
Just a printer. I want to make that clear. I don't run my own clothing line at all. I just print everybody else's.
Okay.
And I give them pointers and ideas to make sure that they're able to sell their stuff and not just printing and being stuck with merchandise.
Okay. So I see the shirt. Give us a little history on your shirt.
Okay, this is one of my brothers, and this is what he does. You know, he speaks to the youth a lot. And he just want to wear the shirt or put the shirts out there, you know what I mean, to go right along with what he does. It's called SONG, S-O-N-G, and that stands for Saving Our Next Generation, and that's what we're about. You know what I mean? It's about that time where we, the older folk, really step up to the plate and start trying to help these youth.
What do you think about the youth and the school situation, about like the public school system needing all this money, they building jails and closing down schools? What you have to say about that?
Sad. I think it's real sad. They just gonna fail our youth like they don't really care about the youth. A couple years ago, I looked around after they made the announcement they want to shut down the fire stations and the libraries, and I looked around and I see solar powered trash compactors being put all over the city. So to me, I took it as compacted trash is worth more than the safety of us and our education. And then here we go for the same thing with the schools. Now they're shutting the schools down and building prisons instead. So I'm looking at it like the prisons and putting people in jail is more important than educating our youth. And I'm not the only one that see it that way. It's evident. I mean, how can you look at it any other way? It's a real sad situation.
Yeah, it really is. So, do you think that the youth will be able to grow still as an entrepreneur way because of the schools closing, or do you think it's harder for them because they closing and they're gonna be out of like classes and stuff like that?
It's going to be kind of hard to say because they're young and we're just natural survivors. We're going to make it by any means necessary. And the sad part about it is they're going to have too much time on their hands. You know what I mean? Instead of putting their time and their effort into the education, they're going to be putting so much of their time into trying to survive. And who knows what goes through people's mind when they get desperate to survive without an education. And you know, it's like this could be the start of a downward spiral of being, you know, just it could get bad. It could really get bad. That's what I really think. I think overall it's going to get bad.
Yeah.
You know, so hopefully they'll get the money and get our children educated, because we need it. We already in a decline. We don't need it to get worse for the children, where they see that they don't have anything to look forward to because they lack education. So it's very important that they do something about it. If not, we're going to be in a whole lot of trouble.
And back to what you were saying about the trash compactors. I was laughing because the other day I was walking past 22nd and Cambria, and they don't even empty it. It's just full. It's been like that for the past couple of weeks, and I'm like, where's the reason of putting them on the corner if they're gonna be overloaded, and then you can't even open it, put the trash on it, and then they're not even using them really. Right. It's trash all around.
Right, exactly. See, that I didn't get that, because all right, we had trash cans on the corner. We had the wire trash baskets. They would come in and put bags on them. Now it's the same thing. People were going to overflow them, and they would send their people out. The city would send their workers out to clean that trash up, take the trash, clean the trash up around it. And I didn't get the purpose of the trash compactor, because they still have to send people out to empty the trash compactor. So it was just a big waste of money. And I looked at the price of those trash compactors, and you'd be surprised. Yeah. And they're all over the city. You're talking about $2,000 for each a trash can. $2,000 a piece, and they're all over the city. That money could have went to the education of our children. Yeah. We wouldn't be in a position we're in right now if they wouldn't have spent so much money on stuff that we don't need.
Right. So let's get into more of your shirts. So do any of them, let me think, do you have any not controversial shirts, but stuff that was just like similar to the song, like Save Our Next Generation and stuff like that? Do you have any more shirts like that?
Quite a few of them. Quite a few of them. It's a lot of positive shirts. A lot of the shirts, people come in and give off positive energy. I have one that I do. A guy, he comes in constantly, and his is mindset of a millionaire. And it's a very good shirt. The shirt sells good. And he himself, he does have the mindset of a millionaire. He comes in with idea after idea after idea, and he implement them, and he's coming back constantly for more shirts. So I know that what he's doing is working. Other than that, I have a lot of them. I have a lot of positive. Most of the shirts coming are positive energy shirts. They really are. And that's just us as a people. We have ideas. We just have to get them out there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Do you promote going to get a job, or do you promote doing for yourself?
I promote doing for yourself more than going to get a job. If you have to get a job, good. That's good. You still have a consistent paycheck, and you have medical benefits and everything that come with the job. But I definitely support doing for yourself. That way, it's no limit to what you can do. You don't have to wait on a promotion. You can always promote yourself. And it's very important to, and you can pull people in. You know what I mean? You can create jobs yourself. You know what I mean? So it's unlimited when you're working for self.
Okay. So do you think that doing for self would take over in the future, or do you, due to like they eliminating a lot of people working at they say ShopRite and stuff like that, they gonna start having the stuff doing for itself, like the self-scanning and stuff like that? Yeah. So do you think that it would grow, entrepreneurship would grow in the future, or?
I think down here, what I call the ground level, we're at, where we don't have the big corporations' money, but we still are the money, because the corporations wouldn't be anything without us down here on the ground level. We are the ones that have the money. So I really think that we really need to kind of pull our resources, start setting up businesses, and instead of supporting the businesses that are not in our circle, I think we need to support nothing but the businesses in our own circle, but right here on the ground level, and only go out of the circle for what we don't have here. The sad part about that, unfortunately, is that being black, we don't trust each other. We have a fear of each other when it comes to business. You go to black businesses, you don't get the service you want. We don't trust each other, and then you have other blacks that expect more from you because you're black. So it's a kind of tricky situation. But overall, I think if we learn to trust each other and give each other a reason to trust each other, I think we'll do a whole lot better down here on the ground level, where all the money is actually at.
Why is it that blacks don't trust each other? Like, for example, I would ask myself the other day, I seen blacks treating themselves so ignorant, but as soon as like another race come, oh hey, they jolly with the other race before they jolly with their own people. Why is that?
They lost. They lost. People were mentally lost. I think we got so used to being hurt by our own people, and if you really notice it in certain situations, we don't really get hurt by different races. There's a lot of times we get hurt by ourselves, and that's what we'll come to expect, and that's what we'll operate out of, that thought of being hurt by our own people, and then going to another race and not expecting to be hurt by them, so we tend to trust them more. And it's like us, we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot, because now we don't expect much out of each other, but we should demand a lot out of each other. And everything that we expect to get, we're going to another race to get it. And you know, like I said, people are just lost, but you know, one day hopefully we'll get it right.
Yeah, hopefully.